Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's Thursday. It's Korner Booth pregame.
Hey, is this thing on? Hello, testing.
No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the Korner Booth, find me in the Korner Booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant. Slay the competition, cause I'm walking like a giant.
What's up, Twitter world? There's my little OJ.
He's got an autographed OJ photo.
Has anybody heard the story about the Glizzy guy?
He fits today's generation.
Oh yeah, speaking of lady basketball players, Lola Bunny, bonkable. Yes or no?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Korner Booth Podcast. I am your host, Jared Klim. I have to change this name because we are the same old you. Anyway, it was a very interesting and hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving weekend. Got to adjust the camera. The Christmas tree is back, boys and girls. So that's there. Got to actually pick that up a little bit. It's a little low. I'll figure that out later. Anyway, great show today. We have coming off of one of the best football Sundays we've had in a while. A lot of close games. We have a wild rivalry weekend Saturday. We have a Monday Night Football game that really doesn't affect much except a lot of fantasy teams. I've talked to about 30 people today who all say they have somebody on either side, either Cleveland or Denver, that is going to decide if they make the playoffs or not. Because, yes, for most leagues, fantasy playoffs starts on Tuesday. So, that being said, we'll get right into it. Joining me now, of course, is my co-host. His name today is perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, just end the season, a.k.a. Matt Ordazzo.
Oh, yes. Yeah, just end the season. Those words have never resonated more than having the team that you have being favored in 9 of your last 12 games and being 3-9.
It's I'm sorry, man. Did it? Okay, I gotta ask though. When it was Leonard Williams who ran that back, did that kind of sting a little more?
No, I didn't care at all. Okay. I always liked Leonard Williams. I never had an issue with him. Just an underrated defensive lineman that just was in a time with the Jets that it was just not. Well, it's never a good time to be with the Jets, but his time frame being with the Jets was just not a very good time at all. But so no issues with that. Just issues with the fact that this team had a 21-7 point lead. And with all those special teams mishaps that they countered on, they just fell flat, gave it up. I don't know how many third down stuffs they had that resulted in a flag, how many fourth down. They had like one drive. I think there was 2 or 3 third down stops that they had that it was called back because of a penalty. And then there was 2 fourth down stuffs. They actually stopped them multiple times on fourth down in one drive. And they just penalty after penalty after penalty, just clock eating. It's actually quite impressive the way that we beat ourselves. I'm actually impressed the way that we lose some of these games.
You know what? And I feel bad about this already. I did pick the Seahawks. They've been a hot streak team for me. And so to get myself right for the boys, by the way, I actually ended last night for my first weekend profit in weeks. I've been on a cold streak for about a month, and yesterday I walked away with about $23 on about $6 worth of bets. So I was like, you know what? That's a profit. I'll take it. We're back on the wagon, boys. But the Seahawks were one of those hinge games. But
I haven't bet on the Jets in probably about 8 weeks. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been picking their opponents pretty much every time.
Fair enough. I mean, the one thing that drives me crazy, and we'll get to our other co-hosts in a second. When it comes to the Jets, is just the amount of there's so much talent there, and yet it just feels like it's the most duct taped class project put together with paper mache and spit and use bubble gum. They look like the polar opposite of the Philadelphia Eagles or the Baltimore Ravens. And it's just not even like an insult to them. It's just the fact it looks like their team structure was just built wrong. Like the right pieces are there, but everything came in a wrong spot. I don't know. That's my outside perspective.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy that the last 2 years, having the defense that we've had, adding the talent that we have, but to be worse with Aaron Rodgers compared to Zach Wilson. The only thing that I can honestly think about, besides the owner being a big issue. I do want to apologize to Rob Saleh. I was singing the praises for his firing, which, don't get me wrong, I still think that he needed to go regardless. I just don't think he was a good head coach. The issue was obviously not him, which we talked about. I talked about. I think they should have made offensive adjustments before they actually fired him, but I was still on board with the firing, which I stand by that. I think he needed to go regardless, whether it was when he did or at the end of the year. I don't think him being the head coach would have made a big difference. I don't think we were going to be a playoff team if he continued to coach this team. I think maybe we would have had 5 wins, 6 wins, maybe. I just don't think we would have. I don't think we would have been in much better of a situation than we are now. I think the issue with this team is coaching. I think they just didn't have the right head coach in place. I don't think they had the right offensive staff in place. And I don't think they had enough talent to outmask how bad the coaching was and the ownership is. So a lot of people took the fall, and it is what it is. The owner is a bit. At the end of the day, it all goes back to the owner. There's only one constant in the last 20-something years, and that's Woody Johnson.
It's unfortunate, but it's not unfortunate. Joining us now, I think he's joining us now because I think he's watching TV. He's waiting for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the resident comedian of the Korner Booth Podcast, a Philadelphia native. He looks so happy to go on vacation. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Bag Chris Lipoff.
Yo, you're right. I got Shrek 2 on.
Nice.
Getting prepped for vacation. Still got to pack and everything.
How many Shreks have they made? Is it 3?
It's like 5.
I think 4.
Yeah, they're making
number 5 in a few years.
Can't wait. Friggin' Shrek. Maybe I'll paint my face for that one.
Yeah, that's
offensive. That's green face.
It's a Jordan run like franchise. It's a pretty so I'm going down to Universal and they got apparently those gingerbread cookies like the gingerbread man from the movie. So
I love it, man.
Yeah, dude, about to F those up. About to eat like 4 of them.
Oh my God, are you going to Epcot?
Yeah, I'll be doing that. I got that on Thursday, and then the next 5 days will be Universal straight.
Sweet, man. Well, this is Chrissy's last run with us until I believe almost Christmas, right? You're gone for what, 6 days?
Yeah, gone. Yeah, 6 days.
So you're back next Monday or whatever, next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
All right, so we'll see Chris for next Thursday's show. But
next Thursday.
Yeah. Either way, we wish you obviously a safe trip, my friend. But
Yeah.
I respect the Shrek 2 hustle. I'm a little disappointed. It is the season. I was expecting to hear you watching like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or like Charlie Brown Christmas.
Dude, you can't stream that anywhere. You have to buy it. I think you can watch it on YouTube.
So you have Paramount Plus. You can watch, I believe, Rudolph. I think actually no, I actually have the official list up here. I can actually read it off. But Peanuts Christmas or whatever it is. Yeah, it's on Apple. On Apple TV. Allergic, good movie. Yeah, it's on Apple TV. I know that for a fact. That's what I had it on the other night while I was putting up one of the trees. But yeah, I'll send you this list. But honestly, all the classics are on Disney Plus. Has got a lot of them. How are they? Oh, I was gonna say they're calling Ice Age a Christmas movie, but it's like a Christmas special. Underrated Christmas special, by the way, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. That one,
I've seen that. It's actually pretty good. Slept on.
That's one of my favorites. Iron Man 3 counts as a Christmas movie. Me and Matt got in this argument 2 years ago, and I won.
Yeah, whatever. It's all right. Die Hard is a Christmas movie or no? I don't think so.
Yes, it is. It takes place on Christmas. There's Christmas
came out in July.
It doesn't matter. It takes place on Christmas.
All right. Well, you know what? Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie. It's my favorite.
You can say whatever you want. Nobody will watch it anyway for Christmas.
Goodfellas.
But people watch Die Hard for Christmas movies.
Christmas movie.
P&V gets the degree.
Cheer Dodds.
All
right, we got to move on. All right. Also, we got our producer, Big Nate, in the background tonight.
Fellas, how's it going?
Oh, geez, he's getting his Mickey Mouse character already.
I gotta be in the spirit, man. Hey, look, like I said, I'm trying to be more positive. My team stinks, so it's okay. Hey, but I will say our boys made a bowl game. We may have lost to SMU, but we beat Stanford.
Congrats.
Thank you, sir. I'm so excited to play in the Tony the Tiger Bowl or wherever they want to put us.
They're gonna be playing in like the autotrader.com bowl against like some FCS team or whatever. But hell, it's a bowl game.
Exactly. I do have a question. If you guys
State's not going to one.
Oh, don't do that to them. If you guys could create a bowl game, what would you name it after? It could be like a brand or whatever the case may be. What would you name your
cereal bowl game?
Okay. Wait, cereal like cereal, right? Not like cereal. Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
Arch Ferdinand bowl game.
Dude, somebody's head's coming off in that one.
Boo!
That caused World War I.
I'd call it the Korner Booth Podcast bowl and hope that gets us a good amount of
we would get like a Tulane and like Temple.
Yeah,
not Temple.
You'd get Kennesaw State.
Like the FCS champion versus like.
We would get like a Blue Mountain State. That would be our bowl game.
Dude,
there you go.
Maddie, we're gonna be in the Tostitos Bowl probably. Get those nachos out, buddy.
All right.
I was once the Tostitos section of the game, and I only got a bag of chips as a reward. I didn't get a gift card.
Oh,
we do have a lot actually to cover today, so we'll get running into it right away. We'll talk about possibly the biggest headline from Thursday.
I hate
that was Saturday. I spelled something wrong, didn't I?
Michigan buys real estate and no, I think you're good.
When they corrected, there was a.
You didn't see anything.
Did you buy it?
Anyway, this is basically Michigan has now won 4 straight years against Ohio State, including 2 in Columbus. Even though that $20 million roster that Ohio State brought in couldn't do anything. Final score 13-10. So I guess my initial reaction off the bat was Ohio State. But Saturday was such a sore subject for me. This one kind of just felt like But I was just kind of like laughing because it's like Ohio State. This is just like the culmination of everything that's wrong with that program. They try to buy their way with NIL money out of the fact that they have a terrible coach. Their offensive coordinator was the most overhyped college coach of all time because all I did was lose to Ohio State. Cough, Chip Kelly. Yeah, they're just not a good football team. They're good enough to, hang in games with decent teams. Yeah, they beat up on Indiana, but they're, if you want my honest opinion, like they're maybe the 12th, 13th best team in college football. I guarantee they play some of these teams, they played again, and they're not winning games. They might have 3 or 4 losses. So at the end of the day, Michigan came in, they out-physicaled them. Ohio State panicked, and it was just a very fun experience to see. Now, after the fact, there was some pushing and shoving because of a flag attempt to be planted, and a absent-minded law enforcement officer decided to spray kids with pepper spray. So, yeah, somebody's getting sued. But, gentlemen, your thoughts on Ohio State's 4th straight loss to Michigan?
I hate Michigan. Going forward, all I ever think about is Bryce Underwood, Carrie Underwood's long-lost cousin, is going to be tearing it up.
Just
it's going to be tearing it up in college football, and I could have had it. Could have been mine. But, no, just defensive matchup. I mean, Ryan Day is not good. I don't think Ryan Day is at all a good coach. I hope and pray that he doesn't come anywhere near the Jets. That's another story. They didn't look prepared. There's no reason why that team shouldn't have put more than 10 points up on the board against Michigan. Michigan now is their father. They call them Pops. And, hats off to them for beating Ohio State. That's just it's a dagger right there for Ohio State fans.
Yeah, it was the most Big Ten big matchup of all time. No offense, just straight grit on the defense. Yeah, Ryan Day sucks. I think everybody knows this by now. It's no surprise. He's been a fraud for years. Michigan has their number. They should have beat them this year because Michigan really wasn't that good of a football team. They lost a lot from last year. Offense stunk. Well, Ryan Day just couldn't do anything to fix it. Coordinator was bad. Will Howard had a bad game. Like, I don't know. I really don't like Ohio State. I don't like Michigan. But Ohio State is like one of my least favorite teams, so kind of glad they lost. I'm hoping they fall out of the top 5, which I think they will because they lost to Oregon and Michigan now. So it'd be cool to see if Penn State maybe gets the bye. I doubt it.
They got to give it to 4.
We'll see when the actual rankings.
They have to beat Oregon on Saturday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big game. Damn, I'm gonna be away for that.
You can find it somewhere.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just hoping they have it at a close place. But I don't know. Ohio State is a tacky team. I'm just curious to see how they do in the playoffs because their offense can't play like that again, or they're going to get housed by a better team. So
there was also a really funny take some Ohio State fan had on TikTok. He actually was like, I really hope Ohio State turns down their invitation to the playoff because God forbid they go and win this thing. Ryan Day is the coach another year. It's the worst thing for the program. I'm like, I was so confused by everything in that sentence. First of all, who turns down a shot to win the national championship? Second of all, if they win the national championship, the sky is truly falling. Third, he's getting let go regardless. They're out in the first round unless they play a team like SMU or Clemson or maybe like BYU or ASU. Like some team that like sneaks in by the skin of their teeth and actually has not played a big game all year. Yes, they're going to get killed. But
I agree. I'll say with that is like that kid's probably speaking out of emotion. I'd probably be doing the same thing about Brian Kelly, So I'm definitely in where his shoes are. But yeah, they haven't beat anybody.
Their best win is Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana didn't beat anybody, and their
best win is Penn State.
Yeah, but they always beat Penn State. It's like weird.
And it was literally a choke job at Penn State. They had
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I'm just upset that I picked Penn State. There's a pattern in the Big Ten. Ohio State owns Penn State. Michigan owns Ohio State. Like that's how it is. But the thing is, like, they will get housed. Like if they play like an SEC school, like they will get exposed bad. Say Alabama gets in somehow, which they probably will because the college football committee loves them. They play Georgia, they're going to get smoked, I think, even with Texas. So I do think they're going to be in trouble if they get one of these top SEC schools. If they're going to play, if they're going to play like SMU or, they're not going to play Clemson because Clemson's probably out. BYU, they'll probably beat. Like there's a couple schools they can beat. I just think I don't think they're national championship material. And Ryan Day is not a national championship material coach. So every Big Ten school is going to have a choke off in the playoffs besides Oregon, because Oregon already proved themselves. But we'll see what happens in the coming weeks with O State. I hope they lose first round. So I don't like them.
Fair. I was just checking how everyone did. Actually, we had boys. I think collectively this is our best week shooting for a six-pack. I think we all shot above 70%.
I was actually just checking mine because I parlayed mine. The only one I missed was Clemson. If Clemson didn't lose, I would have banked on my parlay. I would have won $1,000 off like $10.
Yeah, I would have won if the Chargers weren't a thorn in my side, and if Vandy didn't choke away that lead, I would have had almost 3 Gs.
Yeah, Clemson screwed me. I was pretty happy.
I warned y'all. I said, fear the cock, man.
Dude, it's not even that, dude. Like, you had a timeout. You're on the 20, 2nd and 8. You had the game in your hands. You're forcing things when you're down a field goal. Dabo Swinney got a little too aggressive, and mistake happened with the deflection. And you're battling the sun, Jerry Jones style. I actually was saying that when we were at the 40. I'm like, dude, this quarterback has the glare in his eyes. I'm like, he's not going to see him. Throws the ball behind him, hits his hands. Defender scoops it up and gets the interception. I threw my phone at the TV. That was my Saturday. I was pissed. I was really mad because that was a game I wanted because I had BU. I had Boston College this weekend, UNC. It was totally separate. I was just looking at the games. At Baylor at home against Kansas. I knocked off everything besides Kansas. Or Clemson. Even had Iowa State beat Kansas State. Like, it's just the fact that, okay, I looked at their home record. It was like 4-2, 5-1. Like, they have a great home record. It just came – I don't know if they came off the Pittsburgh one. That might have been like 2 weeks ago. But, I mean, they were a hot team. And I'm like, okay, they're going to beat SC. SC, I don't know if they're a good road team. If they're really good at home. And then they ended up choking that, and I was so pissed. So, here I am.
I felt trapped to Kelsey. I felt trapped to Kelsey because I was 50-50 on it. I was leaning more towards Clemson. And then Jared had his whole, he's going with the Cox thing and everything. And then Kelsey was like, yeah, I'm taking Clemson. This is a must-win game. If they, he just,
that's why I took him.
He just sold me. He intersold me on Clemson without knowing it. Because I was truly, I didn't know which one I was going to go, but I was leaning towards Clemson. But then when he gave his little speech, I'm like, yeah, he's right. Go Clemson.
I've been picking a lot of these teams because
I'm telling you right now,
wins.
Clemson is only in because they have the easiest ACC schedule. They should have more losses, and it's kind of the whole thing. I could go on a rant.
They should lost to Pitt,
dude. Clemson is a joke.
They are a joke.
Nick Klubnik is like SMU should roll them, and Clemson does not deserve to be in the playoff. They only get in on a technicality to the ACC title game. It's a joke.
When do the rankings come out?
Tomorrow. I don't care. Honestly, to me, it's like I don't care until next week after the championship Saturday because of the slime balls in Syracuse. I'm gonna burn the entire dome to the ground. Anyway, yeah, F that head coach, by the way. For me. Dabo Swinney, I got you, bro. I'm like, keep up that same energy, bro.
That was a bit unnecessary, I will say. Like, he didn't have to go say all of that.
Keep up that same energy, Slick. Let's see what happens next year. All right, you guys got a lucky win. You have a great program. You got Kyle McCord. Great job. Miami's defensive coordinator is the dumbest human being I've ever met in my life. So here is my segment. The ACC is the worst. Also, I mean, I guess this kind of counts as also, one of our favorite sound bites of all time because this guy not only I'm not even going to mention his name because he's terrible.
Are you sacking him?
I literally texted my buddies today. I was like, fellas, I'm going to apply for the defensive coordinator job in Miami because, hey, listen, I could have done a better job blackout drunk than this guy did as coaching sober. So without further ado, Mr. Harper, take it away.
That's a clown question, bro.
Exactly, Bryce. It is a clown question because, of course, Clown of the Week. It's back. We have an in-season Clown of the Week. It is the Miami Hurricanes defensive coordinator. I believe it's Lance. Give me 1 second to make sure I get the name right. But the lack of adjustments on Saturday was irresponsible. That's the best way I could put it. Irresponsible is the best way I could kind of phrase everything. Miami on offense had a couple bad drives. Yep, I was right. Lance Guidry. Lance Guidry is our Clown of the Week. He may be the worst defense coordinator. This is the second time we've lost a game or almost lost a game. So third time where he has not made adjustments and just let the defense of a bunch of underclassmen run out there and try to stop a surging offense. Miami should have won that game, regardless of how I feel about the refs and the cooperation with the conference to get Clemson in. Whatever that all that hoopla is, there's a lot of evidence. But anyway, at the end of the day, Miami was up 21-0. They were. First of all, Syracuse, you are now in my hierarchy of hate because of your, dickhead of a head coach and your crybaby of a head coach because he was whining to the refs every 45 seconds. Also, the fact your wide receivers were committing OPI on almost every play, but they were letting them basically shove our corners around, but we touched them. It's a penalty. And also, as always, the ACC conference can go rot and burn in hell because they are the worst. They literally curtail to Clemson and Florida State. And now apparently SMU earned their spots. I will shout to Rhett Lashley and the boys. We're a Mustangs podcast until the end of the week, boys. We're on the ponies, all right?
Getting scurvy. You can have our defensive coordinator, Blake Barker.
No, I'll take back listen, we ain't getting Manny Diaz back, but apparently there's a couple of former head coaches that have been fired that are looking for DC jobs. We'll take them down in South Beach.
Maddie,
Mario knows what to do. We had a safety just now, four-star safety flip from Miami to Florida. Says big things are coming. I'm like, yeah, you guys losing to Miami again next year. I love how like these immature idiot recruits, they flip based off of a win or a loss. Florida beat up the worst team in college football, one of the worst teams in college football, Florida State. Miami lost to a team that's going to probably be ranked this week in Syracuse. So I'll say this right now.
Let's say this though. At least your future quarterback didn't get bought out by a media company.
Yep. Shout out to
Dave Portnoy.
Shout out to Portnoy for just
I would love like some Portnoy money. Just throw out like a top recruit. Like, hey, you want to come here and play? I would think of Maddie.
We have A-Rod and The Rock, so I mean, we got that too, I guess.
Yeah, dude, I got nobody, dude. We got Ben Simmons.
Jack.
He's an
LSU Tiger.
What?
Shaq.
Yeah, I would kill if Shaq threw some money in the program, but
he probably has. You just don't hear about it.
Nah, he probably just don't hear about it. Maddie, I've been thinking like once we fire Brian Kelly, because it's going to happen probably next year because we don't have to owe money after next year. Phone's ringing. It's probably my agent. Sorry about that. I've been thinking we're probably going to get Urban Meyer. I heard that.
Urban Meyer down south would be fun.
We've seen that before.
Exactly.
At college bars.
They won two titles. 2 titles, man. 2003 years.
Listen,
you're basically you're
he's
playing.
A dog.
You're dealing with the devil there, but like honestly, it's like, is it the worst thing in the world? Like Urban Meyer down there, but anyway.
No, the worst thing in the world is Brian Kelly. So it's a step up.
I mean, I'll take Urban Meyer in college only.
So yeah, of course. So Miami. So Miami lost. That's all I'm going to touch on that one. I don't want to talk anymore about this. Their defense coordinator, Lance Guidry, is dead to me. This is not Mario Cristobal's fault. I wish they went for the touchdown, but honestly, in his eyes, maybe they get a stop and they drive down and score and they win. It's okay. Rhett Lashley, former Miami OC. We love you. We support you. Please beat the living daylights out of Clemson. I do not want to see those idiots in the orange paw helmets getting into the playoff. They don't deserve any. They are worse off. Like I saw a whole thing today on why Miami deserves to go in over Alabama, and the worst part about it is everything made complete sense regardless of fan bias. And usually I am very biased towards my Hurricanes. But they brought up the fact that against ranked teams on the road, Miami is 4-2, Alabama's 1-3. Alabama's worst loss was to a 6-6 unranked team. Miami's worst loss was to an 8-4 Georgia Tech team, or 8-7-5, whatever. But a team that just pushed Georgia to over 8 overtimes. So, and that Syracuse team we're complaining about, they probably should have been ranked already. But they're ranked now at 8-4, arguably one of the better teams in the ACC going forward. So, yeah, there's a few teams I think don't even deserve to be in this. The fact is, if we miss the playoff over a 3-loss team, I'm just done with. My hatred of all things college football establishment is going to skyrocket because I already despise the committee, and I have
changed your name.
What is it?
Change your name on your thing, your banner.
Nah, this thing is earned. This one is.
Oh
earned.
yeah, I know. I'm saying you had a different name.
Yep, because it is the same old you until we win again. So,
I get you, dude. Sorry about that.
It's okay. But moving on, we're talking to pro ball because yesterday was a good day, Chrissy.
We fly.
We fly, bro. Eagles, Ravens. First off, shout to Jalen Carter for getting held on every damn play.
Yeah, you saw that too?
Force. An absolute unit. Absolute unit. Big Jalen Carter guy over here. Baby Rhino is that dude. Second of all,
how about Cooper?
Cooper, man. Listen, both rookie quarters.
Putting Henry on his ass.
Quinyon only allowed 2 catches for 20 yards. And
Quintanilla Bay.
Guantanamo Bay. Literally, I nicknamed the Eagles defense in our fantasy league Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah,
you guys like all the nicknames I gave. I gave our.
Yeah. We need exciting white T-shirts.
All right, Chrissy. Maybe that's our Christmas gift to each other.
Yeah, keep it exciting. I saw one on TikTok the other day. It's pretty fire.
Barstool has one.
I don't like theirs that much. It's like weird. It's like a weird font. Oh my god. That's cool, Bashar.
Let's just make sure we don't get a copyright strike on that one.
Credited by the NFL. It says on Twitter.
CBS and Paramount.
And Paramount Plus. We're good. Good job, boss.
You can catch every game, 8-7 Central.
On Paramount
Pacific.
Either way, it was a hell of a hit. The Eagles defense looked amazing after drive 3. Justin Tucker looked awful.
Oh, dude, I lost fantasy because of him.
Kickers look terrible this year. It's not just him. Younghoe Koo looked terrible. Jake Elliott's been not that great.
He had the bad game. He's been pretty better. He's been better. He had the bad game against the Commanders.
Austin Cyber was probably the best kicker in the league all the way until he got put on IR.
Yeah, he got put on IR twice. I think the best kicker in the league right now. And don't sleep on him. Dicker the kicker.
Ooh.
Dude, he's been hitting missiles, dude.
Dicker, man. He filled in 1 week for an injured Jake Elliott, former Eagle legend.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You got Dicker the kicker, and then you got Matt Gay.
Matt Gay's a good one, too.
Yeah. Also, Jake Bates, shout out to the Detroit howitzer that is that man.
I gotta do kicker rankings.
Oswald.
Yeah, so when you come back from vacation, you're gonna have your top 20 kickers.
Yeah, Tucker might be cut, dude. It's crazy.
I watched Daniel Carlson shank 2 kicks against.
Dude, did you see the muff? Dude, the fix is in, dude. It's voodoo.
Yeah, okay, so we can talk about that for a second. We'll come back to the Eagles in a moment. The NFL really has got to work on their imaging here. I'm not saying, wink, wink, they're rigging games, wink, wink, or they're telling refs how to call games, wink, wink. But when one referee calls false start, the play is dead. There's no turnover. They let the play progress and they let the fumble go because the Raiders were about to bang home a game-winning field goal. Because even if they got that false start, it was 47-48 yards. Carlson can hit that drunk in his sleep. So, it's just,
I'll say it. I know you don't want to say it. I'll say it. It's fixed. It looks
fixed. It looks
dude,
great.
The refs are getting pictures with Taylor Swift. It happened 2 weeks ago, dude. The year, the season, the NFL is fixed. And I'm frozen. Oh, okay. I'm not frozen. Thought I was.
You're like leaning into the camera.
Sorry. I'm just, mesmerizing my 2 co-hosts. But dude, it is just fixed, dude. And I'll tell you another game was fixed.
The
That
Korner Booth
Lions,
is not actually saying it's fixed. This is just one opinion of satire by our co-host.
yeah, that's a personal opinion by
Satire
co-host.
opinion.
Yes. So anyway, another one that's like pretty wonky.
It was a bad optic. It was so bad.
Dude.
Listen, JPJ shot that ball back way too fast on O'Connell, but the problem is when the one ref makes the correct call, but they change it after huddling together, it's not a good look for the NFL.
You know what I would have done if I'm the Raiders fans and I'm at that game? I would have threw beer cans on the field to change the ref's mind.
It was in Arrowhead, though.
I mean, if there was any Raiders fans there, did you see I will talk about the Bills and Niners in a bit, but somebody threw a snowball at the
Oh my god, that was like the greatest thing ever.
That was the funniest
thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
But so we'll go back to the game, the battle of the running backs and mobile quarterbacks today. They talked about it. So listen, Saquon. Listen, he's MVP. Shannon Sharp said it best. It's now a 2-horse race for the MVP. It's that goofy Mose running, Haley Steinfeld wearing mother effer up in Buffalo. Nate,
for him, dude.
It's okay to be jealous, boss.
Nate, I moved on from her the second they started dating because I always loved Josh Allen.
I moved on from him. See how handsome that guy is,
dude. Man, his hair is so flawless.
Dude, I want that flow bad, dude.
Man, you would look good in that. I wouldn't because I'm Asian, but you would.
I just miss my long hair.
You had long hair,
dude.
You
down
can
my
pull it off.
shoulders. Matt remembers.
Ooh,
Down my
it's
shoulders.
like Sons of Anarchy.
That should be like a TV.
I looked like overweight Opie.
Opie. I forgot about Opie. Rest easy.
Rest easy, bro.
Great
Died like
show.
a warrior. Anyway,
he's still alive in real life, but
yeah, no. Listen, we'll talk afterwards on who my number one is right now. But Haley Steinfeld was politely removed due to marrying one of my favorite athletes, Josh Allen. I am a big Josh Allen guy because I love how he plays the game. I love the Buffalo Bills as a secondary team to root for. I also love the fact that he's just a great dude. Like, he's a dude's dude. It's like he's living every white boy who loves football's dream. So, shout out to Josh Allen. Shout out to Haley Steinfeld. Congratulations on the marriage or the proposal. And wish you nothing but the best. Everyone was like, oh, he's going to be downside this week. No, my boy came out and had a rushing, receiving, and passing touchdown in the same game.
Amari Cooper. What a play,
oh my
dude.
God, it's great. Anyway, we'll talk about it in a second, but we got to talk about the Eagles. Saquon Barkley, another 100-yard game, 65 yards plus in the fourth quarter, including a touchdown. Eagles defense adjusted quickly. They scored 14 unanswered to end the half. Do not let the score fool you. That last touchdown was a garbage time throw to Isaiah Likely. If it was close, if that game was a touchdown game or less, the Eagles would have locked that down. But dude, I'm telling you, they caused problems. Lamar was having issues. Sweat, Hunt, Carter, my boy Nolan Smith, all were getting home on him. And he was only able to get loose a couple times. And it's kind of I'm starting to really look at Baltimore. Dude, the Eagles said, "Hey, Lamar, beat us in the pocket." He made a couple throws, and I want to make something clear about the Aguilar drop. Nelson was out of bounds, and Eagles fans, stop with the shade. He helped us win a Super Bowl. Nelson Aguilar's abstained. Okay, he helped us win a Super Bowl. Okay.
If you want to count his previous 4 years up to that Super Bowl, I mean, Eagles fans
okay, so he was the best slot receiver in football for 2 years. In 17 and 18, he was the best slot receiver in football, hands down. He was a deep threat out of the slot, and he was a problem. But 2019 rolls around, he gets the yips back. It's an issue.
I do reckon, though, I like Aguilar. But as a receiver, your job is to catch a football.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's not. But here's the thing is, he didn't have the drops issue in 17 and 18. He was a
Oh yeah,
problem.
they were electric, dude. I mean, if the fact that he was, and if you want to count depth chart wise, he was.
Listen, he bailed out this man a lot back in 2017. Okay,
Yeah, sure did. Like Commanders game week 1.
dude, that
Insane.
touchdown is still one of my favorite moments of that season.
Yeah.
Anyway, Eagles defense held Derrick Henry under 80 yards. In realism, they held the Baltimore defense under 12 points. Garbage time touchdown aside. Now that's the Commanders, Bengals, and Ravens. We've all held under 20 points total. Vic Fangio effect, baby. Adjust for 2. I'm telling you, the formula is simple. Adjust for 2 drives, figure it out after that. So Baltimore
Don't score
has
the first quarter, dominate the last 3.
There you go. Baltimore is a very good team. The problem is they are the 4th best team in their own conference. Kansas City, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh are ahead of them. They're better than Houston. They're better than the Chargers, but it's not enough. It's really not. Baltimore is going to be the 5th seed in this division, in this conference. They're going to have to play. They might get a win. They might get to play the Texans, but I don't even know if they're going to beat the Texans now.
Well,
Texans started figuring it out.
So apparently, if the playoffs start today, I heard they're going to have to be on the road against the Steelers, and they ain't beating the Steelers.
They ain't beating the Steelers.
Ain't beating the Steelers.
We'll talk about them.
I can actually, real quick, I can read you, who would be playing who right now. So it would be the 1 and 2 seed in the AFC would be the Chiefs and the Bills, and 2 would play 7. So it would be the Bills, Broncos. 3 play 6. So it'd be the Steelers, Steelers, Ravens. 4 and 5 is the Texans, Chargers. And then the NFC, Lions got 1, Eagles got 2. Eagles would play the Commanders. Seahawks would play the Packers. The Falcons would play the Vikings.
I will say this.
That's all
the
cinema.
NFC is going to be weird because where the Chiefs have such a huge lead over everyone else, the Lions have a problem. They can't stay healthy, and their upcoming schedule is not a cakewalk. I know they play the Bills. I want to just pull up their schedule real quick. I believe they have a couple contenders on their.
I looked at it yesterday. They got the Bills, Packers, the Bears again. They play the Vikings again. I think the Falcons.
Listen, if we're really going to talk about this straight up, like the Lions have a very rough schedule. I believe the Eagles, their only 2 remaining tough games are Commanders, I believe, at home.
And the Steelers. No, they're away against the Commanders.
Away against Commanders, Steelers at home. Got them flipped.
They have one more home, one last away game.
We play the Panthers next week. Then we also get the Giants and the Cowboys game.
What?
For your best Mike Tyson impersonation?
Yeah.
That was actually my starting center in high school that I played. I was not lined up next to in the line. We were the Pop Rock Panthers, and this kid used to go, "Hey guys, we're Panthers." He would mimic one of the professors.
That guy rocks, dude. Bring him on the show.
He was the one guy in the O-line who I used to just get into fist fights with at least once or twice at practice.
I want that to be my ringtone.
I'll record free after the show. By the way, I also feel bad for Carolina. They had that yesterday. Oh, that sucked, that Jonathan Brooks fumble. But shout out to Big Buck Irving, man, for saving my fantasy season for running for $150 and a touchdown.
He's the best, dude.
I hope that his hip is okay. Him and Big Bad 50 Cent Brian Robinson just come up clutch for me yesterday.
I think he's okay. I mean, he came back into the game.
Yeah, but he walked off with like a pad and stuff on his hip and stuff. But Dallas Goedert apparently is okay. He's
week to week.
And they're going to drop it the day today. They don't think he's going to actually miss any time.
I'm actually fine if like a couple of them miss next week against the Panthers.
I mean, listen, Grant Calcaterra is a great backup. I'm honestly very surprised how good he is. So I'm okay with it. But, gentlemen, we do have to move on. So we're talking about the AFC North. Oh, Matt, any thoughts quick on Eagles and Ravens?
Nah, it's just I guess the Ravens are gonna have to win these games without having to rely on Justin Tucker, which is probably the craziest thing you could ever think to say, have to come out of your mouth. But if it's gonna come down to a kick, it is just you hold your breath, because I don't know what it is about this year, but he's just not doing well, and it's costing them games.
Cut him.
No, I mean I wouldn't cut him either. I mean it's Justin Tucker.
He's
the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Actually, no longer is, because he's missed all these kicks. He's no longer accurate. I don't know, but Nate, if you could find out who the most accurate,
probably like Randy Bullock or something.
Nate, I believe it's the Golden Pony Vinatieri, but we'll find out.
He still has plenty of time to regain that, but it's just the fact that they are losing games because of the kicking situation. If Justin Tucker was maybe Justin Tucker 3-4 years ago, and was just as clutch as he's always been, they probably would be, they probably have 10 wins by now. The only other thing I have to add is I don't know what any of you guys are doing at 8 p.m. Eastern time on December 27th, but live on Twitter or X, Cracker of the Year Awards.
I am hype.
Tony Brown streaming.
Dude, his tweet today about Hunter Biden getting Harrison Butker's now the most accurate kicker.
He's on the IR too, so he's gonna hold that for a while.
All right. Eddie Piñeiro's up there. Boswell, that doesn't surprise me. Fairbairn, Robbie Gould. Oh, Robbie Gould. Shout out to a legend right there.
Jake Elliott's
Steven
Gostkowski, that's my guy.
Gostkowski, the Polish Hammer.
That was my guy.
Matt Gay.
Dan Bailey.
Rob Baronis.
Matt Bryant always had a leg.
Will Lutz.
Will Lutz still has a leg.
Jason Myers, I hate you. There he is at 21.
Jake Elliott.
Ice in his veins, Jake.
Hauschka.
Steven Hauschka.
Cairo Santos. I did not realize. Cody Parkey. Shout out to Double Doink Factory out there.
The Doinker.
There you go. The shout to our producer Nate for finding that. Yeah. So listen, I'm not going to crown it yet, but I think the NFC is a 2-pony race unless the Packers remember how to beat good teams. But yeah, also Peter Schrager predicted the Chiefs would win a 3rd straight title. We cannot let that happen. Please, for the love of God, I don't care if it's Josh, Lamar, Jalen, CJ, Jared. It does not matter. One of you guys has to beat that Kermit the Frog mother effer. I cannot do another year of Chiefs repeat.
Yeah, I don't.
Save football.
I mean,
please.
I'm hoping it's us. So.
I mean, listen.
I don't care for anybody else.
That would be like the most like crowning moment of a comeback career is Jalen getting revenge. But all right, speaking of revenge, AFC North. So I say runaway because the Steelers are gone. Like the Bengals are done. I believe this is what their 9th loss or 8th loss.
8th, I think.
The Steelers, I believe, only have 3 losses. The Ravens now
might be 2.
They had 2, and then the Ravens now have 5. So
Steelers could beat the Chiefs.
3-game lead, 5 games to go.
You're right. Steelers are 8-3.
Steelers are 8-3. 2-game lead, 5 games to go. Steelers may lose to Philadelphia, but I do think the Steelers actually have a not horrible remaining schedule. I believe they only have like one other contender on their docket, if I'm correct here. Nope, that's the Bengals schedule. There we go. So Steelers remain. They have Cleveland at home. They got to go to Philadelphia, go to Baltimore. They get oh my God. Damn, Baltimore might actually win this division. I take that question back.
Hold on. They play on Netflix?
Yep.
How bad that stream was with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. They're going to put another one on Netflix. You're going to tell me I got to see – you're telling me I got to see like Chris Jones's ass on buffering on my television on Christmas Day while I'm opening
Or
presents.
Taylor Swift making a weird face talking to Donna Kelsey.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Steelers 9-3. Yeah, Steelers are 9-3, not 8-3. Oh,
So,
the Ravens
all
are
right,
on a bye, and this is why
Let's be real
Montgomery's
here.
on
Let's
my
say they
bench.
split Philadelphia and Kansas City. Let's say they beat Philly or beat Kansas. They could lose both. So let's say they lose both, but they beat Baltimore, they beat Cleveland, they beat Cincy. So 3-2 down the stretch.
I'm gonna go like this. I'll go like this. WLLWW.
Oh, you think they'll beat Kansas City on Christmas?
I think they beat Kansas City at home on Christmas. I think that's the team that can beat KC in the playoffs.
I think the Panthers are the team that could beat KC in the playoffs. The problem is if the refs want to actually help or not.
Oh yeah, but Russell Wilson has been playing great football. So if he can keep playing great football and this defense is top level like it's been, there's no reason that the Steelers can't go to the Super Bowl.
And we need NFL young boy to come out and do his thing and just.
I need like a Wiz Khalifa, Meek Mill, 1-on-1 at the Super Bowl.
I'm for it.
This is the Steelers' remaining schedule.
Yes.
I'm gonna say beat Cleveland, lose to Philly, beat Baltimore. I'm gonna say they beat Cincinnati, and then I'll say they lose to Kansas City. I know I've been saying
so. We
Steelers
all basically have them going 3-2.
Yeah, but I think the reason why I'm saying they're going to lose to Kansas City is because Steelers are obviously going to make the playoffs, and I think they're the one team that can beat Kansas City in the playoffs. One of the teams, and I think they need that regular season loss just to have that momentum going into the postseason. And when they play them in that divisional, that championship round, whichever one it's going to be, I think they need that Week 17 loss to remember and be like, all right, we got you now where it matters.
Can we also say like how cheap like their tickets are this weekend? 136. Like I would kill for an Eagles ticket to be like that.
Dude, I think actually Eagles tickets for the Panthers are like 130.
You have to be a sick human being to go to a New Year's Day
They're
game.
cheap. Honestly, like if I wasn't trying to save money for like a bunch of stuff right now, I'd be probably driving to Philadelphia.
Yeah, I would be, I work. No, I can't. I'd be at the game, but no, I usually would be working.
Yeah. All right. So here the Bills have left. Rams, Lions, Patriots, Jets, Patriots.
I mean, I think the only loss that I could possibly see is the Lions.
I'm telling you, they're going 4-1, and they're losing weeks 18 to the Patriots when they sit all their starters. I'm telling you right now, this Bills team is going to catch Detroit slipping because I have a weird feeling. Detroit, the biggest problem with Detroit right now is their health. And the fact is they let teams back in games. They should have stomped out Chicago. And now, by the way, you have Packers-Lions next Thursday. Rivalry game. Coming off a rivalry game, then you have Buffalo. Then after that, you have the 49ers. They want a little payback for last year's NFC title game. And you have the Vikings again to finish the season. If the there's a lot of big games on the schedule. I don't know, man. Like, I love Dan Campbell. I love everything he's doing. And this is not because I want the Eagles to get their number one seed. There's a lot of minefields here for every team. We have not seen a schedule yet that doesn't have a lot of landmines. But the Lions one scares me because it's the way that the schedule's set. You have to put the Packers on Thursday, so off a short week, with a lot of guys on IR. Then you have to go and take on Buffalo at home. At least for them, Packers and Bills are both coming in town. But then you have to go to Chicago, go to San Fran. But then you have to host the Vikings, hoping that you aren't still playing for a division in Week 18.
I'll say this too.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy who is a Packers fan, one of my good friends who's a Packers fan, he sent me something on Twitter. So apparently Tucker Kraft is fired up for the game on Thursday. He said about the Lions defensive back Herbie Joseph, and I quote, "He's taken some of my brothers out of the game, and I think about that too. So if I get a chance to get my hands on him, playing football." So that's a fired up way.
I'm excited. Listen, I have Friday. I have nothing going on Friday morning, so I'll be up watching that game. I'm excited. Packers Lions on a Thursday is just a fun time.
That should have been the Thanksgiving game, but that's just me.
But hey, listen, we had two great Thanksgiving games.
Yeah, Matt Eberflus was the captain of Thanksgiving this year. I mean, he was the most talked about guy. You had 30 seconds. You're in the red zone, almost in the red zone.
Dude, imagine the talking
field goal
points
range.
today. All right, Chris, imagine the talking points today if the Lions had lost that and everything else had happened where, like, Philly won. Buffalo
Well, I was rooting for the Bears at one point, even though I picked the Lions and the thing. Like, I'm not rooting for the Lions for like the rest of the year. Like, it's, I want that 1 seed. It was just crazy because Caleb had an unbelievable second half, and Matt Eberflus, I heard this on part of my take. Matt Eberflus, I think, was ranked worst in the league in crunch time. He just has no idea what to do. It's really bad. So I know you got a transition here, so I'll just keep it at that.
You guys like you guys like my puns?
It's no problem.
You should be a t-shirt guy.
Korner Booth merch coming out.
It's a snowball. Yeah, you should design that. Put like a snowball on it.
Yeah. All right. So Buffalo. Whoops. San Francisco last night, Sunday Night Football, in probably one of the biggest blowouts I've watched Sunday Night in a while. I guess last week with the backs, that makes back-to-back weeks, Chris, because our boys kind of put a whooping on the Rams too.
Yeah, California is
Down
facing natural disaster.
The East Coast is beating the West Coast.
Should be like that. East Coast is great football.
East Coast.
Come on, you're a Giants guy. You're a part of the East Coast too.
Yeah,
you live on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's fine. We got beaches and sun and
you got everything that I wish we had here.
Yeah, and you're complaining that it's 59 degrees out and it's cold when it's 29.
It was what time it was when I got to my buddy's lot this morning to help him start up his truck? It was 18 degrees outside this morning.
Yeah, dude. When I go down to Florida the first day, when I land down there, it's going to be 64 and then it's supposed to drop to like low 40s. Like, what the hell is going on here, dude?
Like
so, Chris, something really cool. When it drops to the 40s, go check out like a pond or go look at like a fresh body of water. You will see all the alligators sticking their noses above the water to breathe, but they're in like a active hibernation. It's actually really cool. It's like a natural phenomenon.
Do they want belly rubs? Are they gonna be on their back?
Listen, they may be called swamp puppies, but I would not rub their bellies. All right. Josh Allen last night was unbelievable. If you guys missed the epic play, it's all over TikTok and Twitter. My man threw a ball to Mark Cooper. Mark Cooper's about to get tackled, flips it back to Josh Allen in the longest hook and ladder I've ever seen. And my man does this little Mose run, extends the 6'6" body, hits the pylon.
A Michael Jordan arm from Space Jam.
Right. And here's
like
the thing.
80 feet.
For those of you keeping score at home as a fantasy owner, that counts as a passing and receiving touchdown for Josh Allen. He also had a rushing touchdown. So he hit the LT trifecta on Sunday night, which is awesome.
Imagine you were down imagine like you were up 4 and that was the last play of the game or something like that.
Oh, my Lord.
And that ties it.
Imagine if you're down like 14. Like you get not only the point for the reception, you get the point for the yardage, and you get 6 points. You get 12 points for touchdoowns. That's crazy. Game breaker. I would just quit fantasy football at that point if that was what the difference was.
Oh yeah, dude. I already contemplated this weekend. I had I lost because of Justin Tucker. It was a tie game, and actually no, I was up 1, and I was projected to win, and then because all those guys were done at 1, and I think the last player I had was Tucker, and then I lost 8 points because he missed 2 field goals and an extra point. So I contemplated on it.
All I know is fantasy-wise, in my family league where my cousins all decided to tell my cousin who's in last place I'm playing this week, hey, you have to load up your roster and make 1,000 different moves because you have to knock out.
Don't you hate that? when like
Dude,
a guy don't make his roster.
Hadn't touched his team since week 4.
Yeah.
He still has Stephon Diggs in the starting lineup.
My stepbrother did that one to me. I beat him by like 80 still. His team.
So here's the thing: is I'm up 172 to 145. All he has left is Vale from the Broncos. I am hoping that Denzel Ward locks him up.
I need 40 points total from Bo Leavin and Broncos defense tonight.
I would love some touchdowns from. I need about 3 touchdowns from Cortland Sutton tonight.
Dude, throw them all to Sutton, dude. Give him to feed the man. I'm so for that.
Me and DJ and Matt and Kelsey and Nate's league, I'm down by 34.
For a second, the way you said that, like I thought you all were sharing a team.
No, so this is the league that you couldn't be in because you were.
That's like NATO running a football league.
Jeez. So I actually put the best team. The only thing I missed I could have put Hunter Henry in instead of Actually, no, I had the Brocket chip, baby. Brock Bowers, 30 points.
Brock O'Clock. Yeah.
Brocket. So I changed my name. My cousin.
Rocket Man.
The Brocket chip.
Oh, that's pretty sick. I would go Brocket Man, like that Elton John song.
Hank Dell screwed me. 3 fantasy points.
That dude hasn't done anything the whole year.
Yeah.
I know. Honestly, the only thing I could have done better was putting like Christian Watson, who had 9 points.
That dude's a friggin' fantasy crumb too, because he dropped a 50-yard touchdown. I had him last week. I put him in my flex. Anytime I don't play him, he has like a decent game. Anytime I do play him, he'll just drop something important.
Fair. All right, we'll go around the table quick. And Nate, this one is a question for you as well. Go around the table. Who's the best team in the AFC? Bills or Chiefs? Go, Chrissy.
Bills. This is the first year I'm saying that. I usually never say that.
It's not just because of my former love for Haley Steinfeld and my love.
Mine for Josh Allen. Yeah,
exactly. And listen, also Josh, watch if the Bills want a Super. Listen, there's one team I would accept to win the Super Bowl over the Philadelphia Eagles if we could not make it. Is that
if Bills win the Super Bowl?
Bills or Detroit Lions, the only 2 teams that are allowed. I'll
walk on Legos.
Yeah, I'll walk on Legos if it's the Chiefs.
And then hot coils, and then back on Legos to cool my feet down.
The Chiefs I'm gonna just basically try to just keep touching elbows with a back exhaust pipe in my truck.
I'm gonna keep hitting my funny bone on a card.
Nobody wants that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Just ruin football. That's like rooting for Alabama to make the playoff over a team like SMU or Miami or whatever. It's like nobody wants that anymore.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Nate. Who's better, Chiefs or Bills? AFC.
Chiefs could easily, be 8-4, 7-5. Too many breaks. Their offense is so inconsistent. Meanwhile, Buffalo has the MVP. So give me the Bills.
Jerry, you might not agree with this take, but I think the Chiefs are a little how the Eagles were in 2023. A lot of the wins.
No, they are. I thought the same thing yesterday, and I was like, "Is this unholy as an Eagles fan to say this?" But Chris, you're right. They are getting all these calls. Remember against the Dolphins game where we had no penalties called on us. There was blatant pass interference call that was missed on Avonte Maddox, and they let it go. And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I mean, we got bailed out a lot in 2023. We had that one Steelers season where they were undefeated.
Honestly, if you wanted, honest to God, we should have probably been about 8-4 going into our shit stretch. We probably should have finished the season 9-8. But we caught some breaks. It's whatever. But Maddie, last but not least.
I think it's definitely the Bills. I mean, they've beaten them already. But the way that this team is playing, I think it's surprising a lot of people, including myself. I didn't think their defense would be as performing as well as they have, considering everybody they lost. And the fact that they've lost all of their offensive weapons in free agency, and replaced them with Curtis Samuel, Matt Collins, with Shakir and Keon Coleman, and then a trade for Amari Cooper. But I didn't see this team being. What are they, 10-1 right now, or 10-2, 9-2, one of them? But the Bills.
Right now.
I think the Bills are far better than the Chiefs. Unfortunately, the Bills aren't going to get the favoritism from the refs that the Chiefs are going to get.
Yeah,
the NFL needs to honestly. If I'm the NFL's image consultant, they have to fix this. They have to fix this. And I'm sorry that I know you want – the problem is the NFL doesn't need another dynasty. We had to deal with the Patriots for 20 years. It just made – but they did it against the NFL. NFL-created dynasty looks sloppy like this. Listen, the 49ers blew it. Jonathan Gannon blew it. So 2 titles, great. This year has been the year of how are they still winning? To be honest, they should have had 5 losses. One of them to the Carolina Panthers. By the way, shout out to Bryce Young, by the way. Fighting for his damn life. He's playing incredible football. Gotta love it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Great stuff. We're officially after this week, after they play Philadelphia, the following week we were a Pro Panthers podcast again because somebody's got
I became a Josh Allen guy over the weekend. I was actually in the shower and I was like thinking about like all of like the quarterbacks that like not in a weird way, all the quarterbacks that like I'm like, okay, I can probably like root for. And then I put the quarterbacks I couldn't root for. And then it was like I just saw Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott, and I'm like, okay, I can be a Josh Allen guy. And then I get out of the shower and then the guy's engaged. Like it was like wow. It was like the world knew I was gonna be a Josh Allen guy, but I mean he's Captain America right now for the AFC.
He is Okay, hear ye. Captain Jared proclaims Josh Allen's nickname on the show is now Captain America. All in favor, say aye.
Yeah, I just said that 3 seconds ago, but yeah, you can take that claim.
I'm not taking that claim. I am taking.
You just said here he Captain Jared proclaims that
yes,
Josh Allen's Captain America.
Motion by first mate Chris.
Denied. Accepted. No, I'm just messing with you.
Penalty box.
Dang it. No, dude, but he
is Captain America. He is literally the American dream. Married a hot actress.
Yeah. Joe
quarterback
at
a great fan base football team. Play out of your mind like you're playing like a drunk kid on Turkey Bowl. Like this is literally what he is. He literally is living the American dream. Josh Allen is America's hero right now.
Yeah, like had 14 beers and my son asked me to be quarterback for a pickup game.
Yeah, and that's Josh Allen running around the field like,
yeah,
hey, pitch it back.
When I'm going by 3 doors down, just starts playing. Like,
yeah, right.
Guys just ripping it.
Josh Allen is honestly, if the NFL could figure this out, we're in good hands at quarterback if our top 6 guys are Lamar, Jalen, Josh, Patrick, and Joey
Burrow.
If that's our top 6 quarterbacks, great. You want to throw CJ in there? You want to maybe toss in Jaden Daniels? Great. Those are the outside 2. But if that's our big 6, our big 5 are in the outside, and then you maybe throw in a little Herbert's the new Phillip Rivers, whatever. Also, F John Harbaugh for trying to screw me in fantasy. I'm dropping Justin Herbert tomorrow in fantasy. I'm done. Okay? I'm done. I'm picking up Anthony Richardson. I'm done. Okay? I can't do this anymore.
It's the wrong Harbaugh.
Yeah, I despise the fact he had 8 fantasy points. What the hell?
Yeah, I had I had Chaba Hubbard who had 2 points, 40 yards and a fumble.
Buddy. All right. It's time for one of the most entertaining football games of the weekend. I am actually excited for this game. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. 1, we get Jameis in the cold weather. 2, we get rookie sensation Bo Nix. 3, it's a primetime Monday night game where both teams have injuries, and it's just going to be fun. Okay? The new Browns. I honestly really am loving the JMO Browns. I root for this team now. They're fun. Jameis Winston is fun. Okay? Who's the quarterback for the Browns before he went out? Not Watson.
Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Yeah, Dorian Thompson, the DTR.
Yeah, DTR.
Listen, his claim to fame is he dates Colin Cowherd's daughter. That's basically his only claim to fame. All right. Here's the thing about Jameis, though. Jameis is fun, man. I love the quotes. I love the bad passes that somehow turn into touchdowns. I'm here for it. Bo Nix. I am loving the Bo Nix revival tour in Denver. I still think his coach is a dick. That's my personal opinion. but I love the fact that he is just taking on all the responsibility and being just a fun gunslinger quarterback. By the way, the line right now is at 6.5 for the Broncos.
I think Bo Nix has
Dogs?
serious potential to be better than Bo Callahan.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Seattle. I like how Arian Foster got drafted in a movie, and he was still playing football. I think he was on the Jets at that point.
What was his name in the movie? Ray Jennings.
Ray Jennings Jr.
Ray Jennings, yeah. Arian Foster played a running back, and I'm pretty sure he was still in the NFL. Arian Foster was the man, dude. He's one of my
Arian
he's one of
Foster
my
was the
favorites.
man until he retired and then went to work at Barstool. And I just, dude, half of his takes are terrible now.
And then he said that the league is
Guys at
scripted
Barstool.
at scripts, and then everybody ripped them.
Yeah, everyone, dude. If it was scripted,
Is he
why did
gone?
they tear your ACL for 14 freaking times, dude?
Yeah, I remember it was Jersey Day in middle school.
Dude,
And
I love Darius Foster.
everybody wore a jersey. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna branch out of I usually wear an Eagles jersey. At that point I had a Michael Vick. I'm like, I'm not gonna wear my M Vick. So I remember the one Christmas, I'm like, oh dude, you know what the most random jersey I ever got was Arian Foster. And I wore that Texans jersey to school. And people were like, oh, you're a Texans guy? I was like, yeah, dude, born and raised. And I had like this whole spiel for like a week that I was from like Austin, Texas. It was like the best like week of my
This
life.
is technically Cowboys territory, but continue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people there's people coming in with like who was like a big seller like back in like 2013. Mark Sanchez was a big one, Maddie. Sanchez,
we
Big Ben.
We all had it.
Anybody who was like a big quarterback around that time, like Eli, Phillip Rivers, Brady. Yeah, Brady, Manning.
Peyton.
Yeah, Carson Palmer. That probably would never happen. But
I had a Drew Brees somewhere in there.
Drew Brees, yeah, there was a couple Drew Brees.
I had a Reggie Bush Saints jersey back in the day.
That's pretty fire. If I like the Saints, that's a jersey I'd probably get.
Dude, I despise the Saints, but I love Reggie Bush. That
I would get like a Jeremy Shockey.
Dude. Okay, so here's the question, boys.
Shockey.
So I'm picking up 3 jerseys this offseason. I'm gonna get an Eagles Mike Vick retro, a Jalen Carter Eagles. I need a Miami Hurricanes jersey though. A few sites I found, I could basically buy all these jerseys for the price of one.
You should get Ray Lewis.
I have Ray Lewis.
You should get the blackout one, boss.
No, these are throwbacks.
Oh,
so the options are Uncle Ed,
Yeah,
Andre Johnson, or maybe like a Clinton Portis or something, or Santana Moss. I kind of want Andre Johnson. That'd be kind of dope.
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
I had an LSU Patrick Peterson jersey.
That's sick, dude. All right, you know what it is, boys. Christmas, a little gift to myself because I have a couple of family members who always give me cash every year. I will buy myself. All right, should I do orange or green for the Andre Johnson jersey?
Well, you have an orange one in the back, so maybe try the
Yeah, I
green.
think green, dude.
Well, I can't wear that one because I'm too fat for it.
I'll wear it.
All right, well, we gotta put that out there. I guess we can go.
Yeah, I guess we'll go orange.
I
again.
like the green old school ones though.
Yeah, the green's pretty cool.
I'll judge it. I'll take a look at it. Like my boy Yef has a Ed Reed jersey from that website. It looks great. It's from this.
Send me that website, dude, because I definitely want to check that out again.
Yeah. I'll
Might
check.
as well just
I'll
put it in
send
the
it.
chat. What are the
there's-
options
there's
besides
two
just
different
Andre Johnson,
So-
Ed Reed, Clinton Portis?
Andre Johnson, Ed Reed, Clinton Portis, or I'm not going to get a Ray Lewis because I have an actual Ray Lewis jersey
I can-
from like the 90s.
Get you an Ed Reed Jets jersey.
Why would I?
Yeah.
want-
The forgotten
might
Ed
just get
Reed
like that.
Jets.
Honestly, if they do a sale, I may do an Ed Reed and do also Sean Taylor. But it's like Sean Taylor, it's just kind of painful.
Yeah, same thing if I got like Jaden Daniels. I want to.
No,
but
it's not that. It's the fact that he died. Like
I know. I mean,
it's horrible.
rest in peace, legend. But
Dude, Sean Taylor, like to me though, I was like I always loved Andre Johnson in like the pros, so like it'd be kind of cool to have his. Also, when you go to Miami games, so I've been to one now, and I've seen a couple on TV. I've seen a ton on TV. you never see a number 5 throwback. You always see Ray. You always see Clinton Portis. You always see – I see McGahee ones a lot too. Obviously, you see Warren Sapp. I've even seen Dwayne The Rock Johnson jersey, even though he never really played. So it's definitely an interesting one, but I think Andre Johnson's kind of like obscure enough.
It's pretty whack.
I would honestly, Nate, for your point, I would do a blackout jersey of Cam Ward, definitely.
That'd be sick.
Honestly, I had a Ben Simmons LSU jersey. I was on the verge of burning it, and then I realized maybe, you know what? I could get Shaq instead. Maybe I'll get like a Shaq.
Father might murder my sister's cat. Not really. We don't animal cruelty. My mom's cooking. She walks away, and my sister's cat that's where the thundering walking is. Because my sister's cat has a problem. She can't stop eating food. So we have to hide all the food in the house. So she's in the middle of cooking. She walks away. The cat hops up on the counter, tries to eat all the chicken and stuff. She has a problem.
Cat eats chicken, dude. That's great.
I mean, listen, this is why I love Ghost, man. Ghost is the most chill cat ever. He just likes to play. Like, I'm covered in freaking scars on my hand because he likes to play rough. But
yeah, Jake Paul, the cat, is passed out right now.
I hate that you named your cat that.
Well, I had to.
Dude, you could have named it after listen, I my friend, she named her cat Timber. Awesome. I named him Ghost because he's all white. I have a buddy who named his cat Lucy after the little mini demon from Disenchanted from Netflix, the Netflix show. Like, dude, I like to create like Jake Paul. Like, oh god, I hate that human.
Dude, it was dude. If it was a chick, dude, it was almost Katy Perry.
Oh Lord, Katy Perry.
Dude, like I name it after celebrity cats, dude. Like Socks is the name of like Bill Clinton's cat. Just found that out recently.
How about
John?
How about John Cougar Mellencamp? There you go, Mellencamp,
dude. It's gonna name him like I don't know, like Bruce Valanche, the cat. Like just the most random person you can think of.
All right, we can talk about cat names for hours, but the game kicks off in 35 minutes, and we're almost.
You can make that a drinking game, dude. Just name like
honestly.
A cat
Okay,
name.
you know what? No, Chris, when you get back, we'll do a naming football themed cat names.
Oh my god, the Hurricanes.
There you go,
dude. T-shirt. The Peagles. No, I can't do that. That's weird.
The Peagles.
I'm just watching
Pets.
watching Ghost
New York Pets.
Of course. All right, moving on. All right, tonight's line is -6.5. You can take them straight up, or you can take them to cover. Nate, you want to pick this one, or are you going to be abstaining?
Bro, which one? Denver and
Monday Night Football, Browns versus Denver.
What's the spread?
6.5 for Denver.
Winston about to throw some picks. Give me Bo Nix and the Broncos. I think they.
You think they're going to cover 6.5?
Yes. You can tell my lack of knowledge, but yes.
Cleveland covers, Broncos win. This game is going to be a 35-31 shootout. Jameis will throw like a last-second heave, and it's going to get picked. But I think this game is going to be fun. Jameis Winston's final tally will be about 3 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, 450 through the air. Like, just stupid numbers.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a little more you know what I think about now? It's like, what would Nasty do? What would Nasty say in a situation like that?
I could shoot him a text and ask him who he's got tonight.
I feel like a Nasty text would have to be, applicable.
I'll shoot him a text right now. Hold on. Mute myself.
But if I had to give my own guess, like outside of Nasty expertise, I think the Broncos dominate this game. I do think they cover. I think they win, obviously. Bo leaving. That Bo's going to have a great game tonight because fantasy expectations. I see Bo Nix, 3 touchdown passes, 25+ rushing yards. Cortland Sutton will get one of those 3 touchdown passes.
Cortland Sutton has been on fire as of lately. It's been a everyday plug-in starter for me in some leagues.
It's been awesome.
I think Broncos win, and I'll take Cleveland to cover. I don't know what the score is going to be like. Whenever I predict it's going to be a shootout, it never happens. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think what keeps the Broncos in check is just that pass rush from Myles Garrett. So I think maybe that keeps them in check. But I think the Denver wins this game. I think they've got lightning in a bottle with Bo Nix. I liked Bo Nix. I wasn't sure how he was going to do in the pros. I thought he was the most quarterback ready, just in the sense of the amount of time he had in college to start. So him and Sean Payton seem like they're a pretty good match right now. So I'll take the Broncos to win this.
I'm changing my pick. Give me the Browns as an upset pick.
Does this count for 6-pack?
No, I like straight up. I just think the Browns. I think it's gonna be a little testy. It's gonna be a little shootout, but I'm telling you right now, I have a very weird feeling that I think, but this is where the Broncos slip up. We've been hearing about Denver all the last 3 weeks, and Jameis has a key and a knack for just being a pain in the butt against heavy favorites. So listen, they took out the Ravens a few weeks ago. No Charles Tillman, no problem. Give me Jameis. 1 point win. Chrissy, when you're ready, first touchdown. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
Talk about Peanut Tillman.
Charles Tillman.
Sorry, I got some someone's playing. It sounds like a video game soundtrack outside my house right now, so I'm kind of trying to go for that. Also, my agent called me again, so I had to take that.
Thanks.
Okay, so Chrissy, who's got first touchdown tonight?
First touchdown tonight, Jared. I'm gonna go with Jerry Jeudy.
Ooh, really? The revenge game. I love it.
Because yes, revenge game, and Winston likes him a lot. Also, he had that cool catch in the snow, so that was pretty sick. Also, I don't know if Njoku's playing. He's my original pick.
He is playing.
He is playing.
Your gross finest
I need 29 points from him.
I'm gonna take the Jukester.
I'm a huge Njoku guy for multiple reasons. All right, boys, that's a wrap. We will catch you guys on Thursday for the Korner Booth pregame. The show should be live, I believe, at about 9:00 tonight. Maybe 9:30. But either way, hope y'all had a great time. Check out my football kicks off in about, I'd say, 20 minutes. Check our page out on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we might even be starting a Rumble account soon. So there you go. Rumble.
Oh,
It's the alternate to YouTube. There's less restrictions on language and all that other stuff. So
It's like Plenty of Fish, but for sports.
jeez. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoy the show. Appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to our sponsors, KNIPS.com, promo code BELLY 20% off. Right now, they have a 50% off sale for Cyber Monday. I'm actually about to bring out a large amount on my cart. Righteous Felon, promo code BELLY for 15% off your purchase at checkout if you're sponsor of the Penalty Box, Nate or Chris's, depends on the week. And finally, SeatGeek, promo code BELLY Sports for $20 off your first initial purchase at checkout. Make sure it is your first initial purchase. That promo code will not be usable if it's not. I'm Jared. That's Matt. That's Chris. That's Big Nate in the background. We will catch you guys on Thursday for the Korner Booth pregame. I'm going to eat some food. Peace.
love you guys.